Hallo iedereen, welkom bij Dutch&Go. Today we're going to talk about adjectives and how to nuance them. This is the second video in a series that I'm making about adjectives for A1 students. I hope this video clarifies any doubt or problems that you might have with regards to this topic. Let's go. So, nuancing adjectives and how to do that properly in Dutch. I'll just go over a couple of words that you can use in Dutch to nuance adjectives, and I'll show you what they mean. So first of all, I think one of the most common ones and one of the most frequent ones is heel, which means very. You could always use it in front of an adjective. Heel mooi, heel interessant, heel moeilijk. It just means very. That's it. Don't confuse it with veel. Veel is only used for quantity for nouns. Veel mensen, veel dingen, veel boeken, veel vragen, veel oefeningen, veel theorie. Misschien. That's it. That's veel. Alright? So don't mix them up. Heel is about intensity. Veel is about quantity. Right. Then there is the word te, which in English would mean two. So two with a double O. Just like in English, it means the same thing. It means too much. Too much for whatever it is that you want to do. Too much for the object. Too much for person, whatever. It's always negative. Dit huis is te klein. Deze oefening is te moeilijk. Deze film is te lang. Etc. Alright? So that is te. Negative. Then there are some other nuancing words too. When it comes to very intensely, very much so, we have words such as ongelofelijk, which means incredibly. And now I'm just going to list a bunch of other words that roughly mean the same thing. Ongelofelijk, ontzettend, heel erg, enorm, waanzinnig, hartstikke. Hartstikke, that's really a lot more for Dutch from the Netherlands and not Flemish. In Flemish, you could say it, but it's one of those colored words by which you immediately recognize that someone is from the Netherlands and not from Flanders. So hartstikke is correct Dutch. However, it is very much colored from the Netherlands. It's very much from the Netherlands. So let's look at some examples. Ongelooflijk mooi, ontzettend interessant. Heel erg nieuw, enorm groot, waanzinnig leuk, which means insanely fun, hartstikke fijn, incredibly nice. Then let's tone it down a little bit. Right now we were very enthusiastic. Let's take it one level down, let's go to quite. Behoorlijk, nogal, best wel. All of these words mean the same, they just mean quite. Behoorlijk groot, nogal groot, best wel groot. Let's tone it down one more. Not so much. Niet zo. That's it. You could also use zo to identify something. Mijn vader is zo groot. And then you would normally use a hand gesture. Ja? Mijn kat is zo klein. Ja. Okay. Or you could use it to indicate that something is really very good. Het is zo lekker. Deze oefening is zo moeilijk. It's very, very intense. So you could also use zo. Niet zo, not so much. Then there's a little, een beetje. Een beetje. Mijn vader is een beetje ziek. Niet heel ziek, maar een beetje ziek. And then there's final level, which is absolutely not, totally not. And there you could say helemaal niet, absoluut niet, totaal niet. Helemaal niet interessant, absoluut niet moeilijk, totaal niet leuk. That's it. How to use these words to your advantage? Well, if you think that knowing adjectives means knowing a lot of vocabulary, yes and no. Of course, the more adjectives you know, the better it will be and the more precise you will be. However, think about it like this. If you're learning adjectives in antonyms, so for example, saai, interessant, moeilijk, gemakkelijk, leuk, vervelend, etc. If you learn them in antonyms, you can always use the niet in front of one adjective in case you don't remember the other one. So for example, de les is niet saai, meaning the les is interessant. So you could always use the negative of an adjective in case you don't remember the opposite. That's just a little trick, especially when in conversation. That could be an easy way to just sort of say what you want to say, even though it is not exactly that, even if you've forgotten a word. So that's kind of a cool little trick. If you have any questions about how to use adjectives in front of nouns, what the rules are, and other examples of adjectives, please check out my previous video about that here, because that will be tremendously helpful, I hope at least. Finally, I also have a tip for A2 or even B1 students. There's a specific way that we can use the adjective with te and then combine it with a specific structure, the om te structuur. If you don't remember the om te structuur, I've already made a video about that and that you can check out here as well. All of it is on my channel. Let's look at some examples. Deze auto is te oud, okay? This car is too old, but now I can add a purpose. It's too old for what I want to do. And with that, I'm just going to add an om te structuur. Deze auto is te oud om te verkopen. This car is too old to sell. De jas is te dun om in de winter te dragen. De oefening is te moeilijk om alleen in de les te maken. Het is te laat om naar een restaurant te gaan. Het is te koud om naar het strand te gaan. So that way you can not only use the adjective with te, but you could also explain why something is too for what it is that you want to do. So you can give a reason, you can give an explanation why you think that that is the case. So there you go. I hope this video is helpful. I hope this video was interesting and that you learned something about how adjectives work, how you can properly nuance them. If you want to look at a really cool example where you have a lot of adjectives and nuancing words, listen to the song Ik ben vandaag zo vrolijk by Herman van Veen. It contains a lot of these words that I've just mentioned, and it's a fun little song to sing, and I hope it makes you happy. Ik ben vandaag zo vrolijk. Zo vrolijk, zo vrolijk. Zo vrolijk was ik nooit. Dit was Dutch&Go. Ik ben vandaag zo vrolijk. Dag!